Guys, it's been almost a month now since I was at Ridgedale, and it was a great experience. I really felt bad for Richard and Johanna that Joel couldn't make it, but that's just the way it worked out. You know, Richard and Johanna have been working so hard over the last 7 years to build such a beautiful place in Ridgedale, and it would have been just a real, I suppose, icing on the top for Joel to come there and experience all that. So, but hopefully again in the future. It was really good catching up with Richard, and it was really cool for me just seeing Ridgedale. I'd never been before, and it's just I suppose it's all the possibilities for what the farm could look like in 5 or 7 years for me here. So, and the other part of it was we met some really cool people. There's some awesome farmers from all around Europe, some really cool stories, some really cool ideas, and that was really inspiring. It was a little bit of a holiday for me. I was taking it as a bit of a break away from the farm, although most people that go to Ridgedale for training will tell you it's not really a holiday. You know, it's 6:30 in the morning starting, and you're going all day, pretty intensive. But it was a nice break for me from the farm here, and I'd left the guys here, Neve and my brother-in-law Tommy, took great care of the farm, so it was really good to be able to go away and leave them, and they just do an awesome job. We did get one of the biggest storms I think we've had here in the farm when I was away, so that caused a bit of damage, but we'll get all that repaired up. The birds are doing well. We've had a lot of rain here. It's been raining really heavy it's been raining non-stop pretty much since the end of June. So the ground is completely saturated. Regrowth is really slowed down now, and that's mainly because of the saturation, the lack of oxygen in the soil, so that the microbiology is struggling to really perform optimally. The daytime temperatures are still really warm. It's like 18-20 degrees here most days, so regrowth should be going, but it's not due to the amount of moisture in the ground. So I'm probably on my last rotation around the farm here, so that means for me the birds are going to have to move to the polytunnel in probably a month's time. I've got about 30 odd days of pasture ahead of me. I don't want to impact it too much more. You can see we moved here this morning, but if I just walk forward and we look behind me, this is what we've come off this here, and you can see that back here has been pretty heavily impacted, and realistically that's not going to recover. It's not going to recover enough for me. I don't want to leave it much more bare than this for the winter. If I leave this now, it'll get a bit of recovery on it, and that'll keep it nice and safe for the winter. I don't want to leave my pastures completely bare for the winter. That definitely wouldn't be good management. So I want to leave a little bit of regrowth. So realistically I've got about 30 more days, I'd say. Depends now if the weather really picked up for the next month and those 30 days were really dry, that'll probably get pushed out. But realistically, if the patterns follow the way they've been going, we'll probably need to rest the ground in about a month's time. So I'll start prepping the polytunnel for that. Now the birds will have access to outside. It'll be more like a traditional free range system. They can come and go from the polytunnel as they like, but they won't be moving around the pastures like we do during the summer. So it's obviously, for me, this is what a proper free range system looks like, and for the winter they're going to move towards what would be a traditional free range system, but the birds won't range too far from the polytunnel. It's just not in their nature, and plus when it gets so wet they like to hang out in there anyway. We put them on the deep bedding, so we'll see videos probably later on in the winter of how I set that up. I'm hopefully going to put in a new nest box system for the tunnel and just make life a little bit easier that way. This is our last batch of broilers. They're due for processing the day after tomorrow, and it's quite good to get them off the ground because this is kind of our cut-off point for broilers now. It's just so wet. The daytime temperature is still good, but in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks that daytime temperature is going to start to fall rapidly, and these guys just won't have any fun outside in that. When it gets cold and wet, they're just not going to like it. It's a little bit wet now, but it's still really warm. They can stick that no problem, but when it gets so cold, they're not going to be happy bunnies. There's our other chicken tractor up there. So this is our last batch. Typically mid-September is our cut-off. Birds done really well this year, and customers really loved our product. So we'll be doing some plans for next year. It's just a quick update for me. I'll at the end of this I'll put some. I didn't, as I say, going to Ridgedale was more like a little holiday for me, so I was taking it very easy. I wasn't doing too much recording of anything, so I've just taken a few pictures and a couple of little videos. I'll put them on at the end. But hopefully, we're on the farm here 1 year now. This week gone past, so hopefully next week I'll do a bit of a mishmash of video of what it looked like this time last year and what it looks like now, and we'll see some of the changes on the farm. That'll be pretty interesting. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good week. I'm just here at kind of the home of where a lot of my dreams started. We're at Ridgedale Permaculture, and this is one of the original eggmobiles, and it's just nestled in between some tree lanes here. And these guys are just loving life in the grass.
Yeah. I like that. Looks good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ribbies.